Network Studios. Welcome back to another stream. Today I am going to weirdest Minecraft glitch that I have ever come across in my entire life. This is absolutely insane. So I need to start off by telling you the story on how I came across this glitch. So yesterday I was building in my Minecraft city world, as you guys know, and we were working on some skyscrapers, and I went downstairs to get some food and left builders in the map, and pretty much they were building away, and as I was downstairs I thought, I haven't saved the game in a while. And, you know, people were building some pretty decent buildings, and I didn't want them to lose all the work that that they'd obviously, been doing in the map. If it had been gone, then that would obviously be a terrible thing when they put so much effort and hours into it. So when I came back, I thought I'd save the game, just so their buildings, were saved, and, if anything did happen, they wouldn't lose all of the building. And, obviously I liked the building as well, so I wanted it to stay in the map. So I saved the game, and I went ahead and carried on working on a building, what I was building. I then happened to go ahead and just, move my character skin around and just look to the side, and I saw a load of fire. And someone had griefed the map and completely burnt the whole thing to smithereens. And when I say burnt to smithereens, I mean burnt to crisp. The map was highly the map was highly unkind of savable, without spending like hours of work knocking buildings down what were half burnt and filling all the roads in again. So I had the idea to go into the online storage server and see if there was a save from my Minecraft city from, let's say, yesterday. Now bearing in mind, I don't save the game that often. I usually just exit and save when I've finished in the map, so maybe I should save a little more, but there was nothing in there other than a save of the Los Ashleys map from about this time last year, so about a year behind, if that makes sense. So I thought I would install it again, get that save back, just so we could have a look and see what happened, see what's changed within the year and see what had been built within the year. And I accidentally clicked to overwrite the save over the griefed save. So the save that I had yesterday of the map, which was up to date, I basically overwrit the last year's save on top of it. And then I realised what I'd done and panicked that I lost the map. However, I made this Call of Duty map inside of Los Ashleys the other day, which was a copied save of the city map. So it only lost about 3 days worth of work on the city. Everything was more or less up to date, apart from about 2 new houses and a knocked down skyscraper. And I decided to fix some houses what I'd blown up in the map for the Call of Duty map, and use that one. However, before I totally went ahead with this, someone said that you can click options on the Minecraft application and you can get a storage save from there. And I happened to find one from today, which from yesterday rather, from when I went ahead and obviously got this got the grief save. So I thought maybe that's just going to get me the grief save back, which I thought it would do. However, what it actually did is it formed a glitch and it put the 2 maps together. And this is what I'm going to show you, because this is absolutely the most weirdest glitch that I have ever seen. So what it has done is we've got buildings on this map at the same time we've got buildings on the map from this year, if that kind of makes sense. So to show you guys a good example of this, this is Noreen's house. This is when Noreen's house caught fire. This is, obviously about a year ago in Park Drive when we filmed Noreen's house fire. We set it on fire, We had all the characters inside, you know, and this is all here just as it would have been about a year ago. And so is the rest of the neighbourhood. The rest of the neighbourhood, as a matter of fact, is sort of as it was from a year ago. You've got Paul's house there with his van outside. You've got Martin's house with Martin's interior from when Martin was living here, which I liked this interior, by the way. This one was quite a decent interior. But more back to the point, as you can see, it's got stuff here from last year. For example, different house. Nothing is built here. You know, there's absolutely nothing here. You know, this is absolutely dead. You know, there's no such thing here. The church is still as it was about a year ago. However, when you go into the city area, the actual main city of this map, you know, back over the river, there's stuff on this map, on this save of the map, from this year, which we sort of built a couple of days ago. And it's absolutely the most weirdest thing ever. So a couple of days ago, me and my friend Steve started doing some football stadium seats. Just here, look. We did this the other day. I think I may have done a little stream when this was like this. And we put them in and we sorted out the corners. This was done a couple of days ago. But this is on the same map as the last save of the year ago save, if that makes sense. But this is where it gets even more weirder. Check this. Let me take you guys down here. So we come down here, and this is all, you know, like it should be. Oh, no, I tried to put pills here. Ignore that. But this is all still here, exactly like it should be. Then we take you right here to where the bridge is. So you've got the bridge, everything's fine, the bridge is completed. And then you've got half a boost. Now look, half of the whole entire map has cut into small pieces. There's nothing here, right? But at the same time, this ambulance is here. And this ambulance was built after the fire, because we used it to bring Lisa here after the fire, when she was obviously injured in there. And this is still at the original Alton pharmacy. So it's got a weird mixture of things from last year and things from this year, because also Lloyd's Bank and Betfred. But then when you come here, this is when SBSC had moved, when SBSC wasn't here at that moment in time, if that makes, you know, if I'm sort of hopefully making sense to you guys. So there's like a mixture of a few things from recently, but there's also a mixture of a few things from before, such as this building. This building was built way after the way after last year. And the reason why I know this is because we started making it taller, as you can obviously go ahead and see here. We started making it taller the other day. Well, when I say the other day, I mean about a week ago. Then you come over to the hospital, not the Candy Block Hotel, and the Candy Block Hotel is practically completed, apart from this back bit. This is how it was on the most recent save, before I had all of this corruption glitching type thing. This was nowhere near completed, because we had a stage of not working on this for ages, and then we came back to it sort of late-ish on, like late December, early sort of beginning of this year. So it's so weird, because a mixture of like the old map from last year and the new map from this year has gone ahead and been, you know, imported. Also the same with this, this petrol station apart from shops here. So that one was obviously still there, but also at the same time, you can just clearly see how things have changed. We've got the baked local here. Like, this was done recently. This was done this was not done last year. This was done like a couple of months ago. So it's really weird that this has kind of happened the way it does. And then when you come into here, look, everything's blowing up from when I was taking it down. Like, this time last year, we would have still had Dunkers Live. So there we go, look. So there we go. That is the most weirdest glitch that I've ever come across, not ever. I don't get it. I honestly... And just ignore the shouting downstairs. We've had a family crisis. I would say, like, for them not to do it when I'm streaming, but it is a pretty big family crisis, so... You know. And look, my cathedral's gone as well. You know. It is the most weirdest glitch I have seen. And I don't know why I said that like that. But yeah, look, half the river's gone. So there we go, guys. That is the most weirdest glitch that I have ever seen in my entire life. And I don't get why, if that makes sense. I don't get how it came to happen, but more to the point, so you guys don't go freaking out, I still have the normal world, if that makes sense. Because I made that Call of Duty map the other day, which was a copied save, I can just go onto the copied save and use that as the normal map, if that makes sense. So I have an up-to-date version of, well, when I say up-to-date, it's missing about 3 days worth of work. And also, guys, the rest of these, there was more shops. I can't remember what. I think there was a dry cleaners and stuff like that. There was a dry cleaners and there was something else as well. There's also Tesco still there. So yeah, there we are, guys. The most weirdest glitch that you have ever come across, I bet you. I bet you've never seen anything like this before in your entire life. And there is also no shopping centre. Look, there's like half of this. And there's no shopping centre, look. But I don't think, if I remember right, I think that has actually cut off, because I know that Jamie did all of the building before he filled the roof in, if that makes sense. It's so weird, but then there, Pill's Pharmacy is in here, but a year ago it was still Mr. Wongy Woo's. So yeah, there we go, guys. It is the most weirdest thing that I have ever come across. Like I know, like, you often see glitches in games, but how it's put two maps together, like two separate saved worlds together, is beyond me. And we've got the court. I didn't even build the courtroom this time last year because we never even did any court dates for Steve Woods or anything like that by then. It's like, it's just like the weirdest thing. And then we've got the NTV Awards in here. It's just like, it's mad, but at the same time, like, it's something I've never ever come across before. It's kind of like, overwrit the two saves and then like glitched and joined them together. So it's got features from what I built recently, but then it's a year ago. How long did it take? The map itself I've been working on for about 2 years. You know, I've spent about 2 years on this whole entire map, but this is a glitched version. I got griefed yesterday, and I tried to get a saved copy back from the online storage thing, and I overwrit the normal save with a save from about a year ago, and my Minecraft glitched, and it put the two maps together. It's like, it's hard to explain. You know, it's hard to explain, but but that's pretty much what happened. So I've got an alright save of this map. I've got like a perfectly good save from recently. So I haven't like lost the map, but I've like also got this glitched one as well. So for example, if I exit the game, and then if I go on to my Call of Duty, basically a couple of days ago, before this glitch happened, I made a copied save of the map to turn it into a Call of Duty war map. And when I got griefed originally, I was just going to come onto the copied save and fix it. So now we've got an alright save, look, and everything's like as it is. Everything's, you know, we've got the cafe here, all fine and dandy. Sean's house from Park Drive is all like sweet. It's all interiored, and pretty much everything's all good. You go into the city area, everything's there. The only thing is that this was done like quite a while back, but you can see like when you come here, you can see that all the buildings, the dry cleaners, you know, all of that's good. Everything's here. There's just this massive wall to take down, what we built for the Call of Duty map. We've got the shopping centre here. The shopping centre's all fine. You know, everything's like back to how it should have been on this map. But at the same, because obviously this is a copied save of the original save, if that makes sense to you guys. And pretty much, you know, everything's completely fine over here. I've got my full cathedral look, as you guys can see, and all my skyscrapers are all fine here. There is a bit of fire here. I haven't fixed it yet. Someone griefed a couple of days ago, but that's all fine and dandy. And, you know, there's all buildings here, look, everything. The only thing is there's still the circle building here to take down. But, you know, as you can really see, this is like the alright version of the map. But, you know, do you have a Call of Duty zombie map? No, I don't, and I don't have a Call of Duty map anymore, because obviously I had to use this for the normal map. But I am planning to make another Call of Duty map. All I've got to do is copy this save and then make this, the copied save of this, a Call of Duty one again. So I will be doing that. I haven't got a zombie one, no. I could make a zombie one. It wouldn't really be hard to make a zombie one. I'd just make a copied save of this and then spawn it with zombies, if that makes sense, and then you just go around killing zombies, and then if you die, you're out. Obviously, it won't have proper rounds and stuff like that, because you know, you can't create rounds. Do you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, but you know, it could be quite good to do that. But this was mainly gonna be a Fortnite slash Call of Duty map. So what you do is you go around my residential area of the map, and then you go ahead and like go into houses, and you like pick up like diamond swords. You know, it's a bit like a game of Hunger Games, but you know, like you don't all start in the middle. So like some person might start here, then another person might start over there, another person might start in the park, and then you just go around this housing area, you go into houses, you know, there might be, let's say, a chest in the garage or something. Okay. Alright, it's been blocked. But yeah, there might be a chest in the garage or something, and then you just go ahead and you know, you just go ahead and, you know, fix things up and make things happen. And then you, like, obviously kill. We'd converted the church into a kind of, like, watchtower where you can, like, shoot from the top, but we've had to change that, obviously, back to a church. We've got the graveyards. Which is obviously, you know, what you want. And, you know, yeah. So yeah, guys, there is like absolutely nothing to worry about this glitch. It's not like wrecked the world. Oh, this house has a little bit of damage from the Call of Duty map. The reason for this is we blew a few things up, set a few things on fire, just to make it look like there was some, just to make it look like a bit of a rough war zone place. But we're all good now. There's nothing to worry about anymore with this. You know, it's just one of them things. You know, that glitch happened. Can you join? Yeah, if you don't have me as a friend, you can add me as a friend. Also, I will just point it out to you, because you know, pointing it out is quite, you know, thing I like to do. It might interest you, it might not. We do a role play series in here called Part Drive Drama. We film an episode on a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Sunday, and it's basically, if you live in the UK, it's like EastEnders or Emmerdale or Coronation Street. And what it is it's a role-playing series based like a soap, and we have different characters, different families. You play a different character, and you say like move to the neighborhood, or you know, we put you in storylines, and then you like act as a character living their life around this neighborhood, if that makes sense. So for example, you go ahead and, you know, say if you were to join the series, you might say move into this house, and then you might get talking to maybe the person who lives in this house, and then, you know, you might have some storylines against this character where maybe you like go around to his house for a cup of tea, or maybe you go out to the pub drinking with him, if that kind of makes sense. And there's like different storylines, different characters. We also do like big things where characters die, and, you know, like explosive episodes happen where we like set buildings on fire and make characters like get trapped in a house fire. And, you know, we make different characters do different things. We have a character who plays a police officer, and he like sorts all the crimes out around here. We play another character who lives at this house here, and he had a moving in party, and someone who was at the party decided to try stealing some stuff from his house, and he's now locked him in this cellar. And there's a storyline going on at the moment where he's keeping him hostage in this cellar, which no one knows about. And, you know, we do a lot of cool, crazy stuff. The show has its own intro, like when you're watching a real TV show. We also make our own like adverts for companies. So like halfway through the show, you actually get an advert break, like you would on TV. and you then also get the credits at the end of the show, which tells you all the people who have acted in the show as a character in that episode, their like gamer tags or real names, and it's quite good. It's fun to do. It's enjoyable, and it's quite a good thing, to be a part of. Obviously, if you want to be a part of it, then you just got to speak to me about it. We do have a few rules about joining. It's nothing like completely and utterly like that important, but it is a bit. We don't take young kids, so you've got to be at least 13. 13 is the limit. I'll accept that friend request if it's from you in a minute. You've got to be round about at least 13, or maybe if you are like just maybe if you are like just a touch younger, but you've got a nice deep mature voice, then you can get into the series. You've got to attend a lot of episodes, so obviously I don't force you to make every single episode of Part Drive. People get busy in real. I understand that. But, for example, if there is like a period of time where you don't come on for ages and you don't tell me why, and you fail to make episodes like for weeks on end, then there will be obviously a period where I will probably say, right, you've not joined for a while now. I know I don't expect you to join every episode, but I need you in some episodes. You'll get a warning, and it'll say like, if you don't sort this out, then you will be removed from the series. And then if you still fail to join, or to let me know why you've not been able to get on, and stuff like that, then you will just get removed from the series. Other minor rules: you've got to be good, mature in the party. You can't join the series and be like, I'm gonna save everyone. You've got to kind of, in other words, kind of in a way do like what we say. There is like things you can make up for yourself, like say like if you want your character to have a dog, then you can like say, I want my character to have a dog, or I want my character to, let's say, be like used to have this type of job, that type of thing. But I in a way like give you a name, and if I like have a storyline to fit you in, which makes you maybe related to somebody who already lives around here, then like I'll obviously pick that for you. And also like no interrupting other people's scenes. When people are doing scenes, they're doing scenes. If you like keep teleporting in the way of them, or blowing down your mic, or going ahead and trying to distract them, make them laugh, then there is a possibility you will be removed from the series. And other than that, if you do want to join Part Drive, you'll have a lot of fun. We have fun making the episodes. We have a lot of laughs as well. I mean, like we're not like completely serious, like dead down to get on and do the work. We can like have a little joke, a scene can go wrong. We also record funny scenes, which can make us all have a giggle, and we all have a laugh and get on. And we also sometimes in a wee way take the piss out of each other as a bit of a joke and have a laugh about it. The people who are in Part Drive, if you get on with them, they'll get on with you. There is people who are in Part Drive who would like not be nice if you weren't nice to them, if that makes sense. So if you're alright with them and you don't like annoy them, wind them up, pee them off, they'll be completely sound with you. And same again with them. They'll be sound with you. They're not the type of people to wind up and pee you off. They'd only pee you off if you peed them off first. And other than that, you can have a good laugh with them. And when you join a Part Drive series, you don't just have to join our chat parties to do the episode, you can like join us on days what Art Park Drive. You can, play other games with us and have fun. You can kind of become part of the PSN friendship circle, if that makes sense. So don't feel like you just have to come on to do the role play and then go off. We all play games. We all build in this map when we're not filming role plays. We all go ahead and, have a bit of a laugh after here, or we may go on to another game such as like Fortnite and Grand Theft Auto. So it's just a friendly community to be in, really. We have a lot of fun, and like I say, we get the role plays done, but we do have a laugh at the same time. So it's not like deadly boring and deadly serious, but like we don't take a lot of pissing about at the same time. Like, we like to get the role plays done, but we can still have a laugh while doing them at the same time. If I'm making sense, which hopefully I am. But I've just got to kind of bear it to you that that there is rules when you join, but we're not like harsh, boring cunts. We will get on there, and you can have a laugh with us. So, and that goes for anybody really. Like anything I've just said, if you do want to join, just take into account that you've got to be at a mature age. If you do have a younger brother, however, who would like to join the series with you, so if you're like, say, like 13 or 14, 15, and you have a brother who's a couple of years younger than you, and he wants to join the series as well, he can join with you, because we do sometimes need kids in the series, people to act as kids, if that makes sense. Now, there is 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds what act as adults in this, people what like act as if they can drive and stuff like that. But, if you are like, if you do want to be like, act as a dad who has a son, or let's say, you have a friend who's just a year younger than you, you can go ahead and bring him in as well to do it with you, but he's got to kind of do it with you, if that makes sense. And he's also got to be mature, but at the same time he's got to at the same time he can be a kid, if that makes sense. So I think that sums everything up about joining Park Drive. Park Drive's been going just over a year. I can't guarantee that it'll go on for years. Park Drive comes and goes. Sometimes we have periods of loads of people here to do it. Then other times, like say for example yesterday with the glitch I was telling you about, you never know like if how the world's gonna go, if someone griefs again, or if there's not a way to fix the griefing, stuff like that. You never know what's gonna happen. You've got to take each day with a pinch of salt. It's not always forced to go alright, but there again at the same time, it can also have months of going smooth, which obviously you hope it does, but you've just got to take that into mind, really. So yeah, there you go, guys. There you go. That is everything about joining. Anyway, I think this is going to about do the stream. I've shown you the glitch. I've explained a few things to you guys. Like, subscribe and comment. We'll see you in the next one.